The Skin is in Project Pan was created by Amanda and Jessica of the PANtastic ladies to focus on, well, you could probably guess, skincare. I have 3 categories in this project. I have scalp care, I have body care, and then I have regular facial skincare. So let's jump into the updates, starting with the scalp care. My scalp care product has been in this project since the very beginning. This is the Pureology Hydrate Shampoo. It is the 1 liter size, and that's why it is taking forever. I am including my partner's uses now in my tallies. I don't know why I wasn't before. Seems kind of silly now that I think about it. We are roughly about here, so we are definitely getting down there. This past month we did get 7 more uses out of it for a total of 31 uses so far this project. And now I'm going to cheat and read off of my notes because there's no way I'm remembering these numbers. When I brought this in January, it was 806 grams on the dot. Last month it was 513.8 grams, and this month it is 447.9 grams, meaning this month we have used 65.9 grams and a total of 358.1 grams. I think my goal is to use this up, I want to say by the end of the year, hopefully sooner. On to body care, I have 2 products, the first of which is my Castile soap. I let you know last update that unfortunately the pump on this was broken and I did have to decant it into 2 containers. I can happily say one of those containers is now empty, so I am officially on to my last container of Castile soap. And the way that this curves out and then kind of comes in, I'm pretty sure we're about halfway through this one, so it shouldn't be that much longer. This past month I did get 101 more uses out of it to get a total of 295 uses. I was using this as hand soap upstairs, downstairs, and also as well as a body wash in my shower. So I was getting it from 3 different sources, which is why my numbers are so high. Unfortunately now I have a different hand soap upstairs. I have a bar soap now in my bathroom, so I only use this for shower now, so my numbers are probably going to come down. Unfortunately, because I did have to decant this one, weights of it for the next little while till it's empty are going to be a little bit weird. So for monthly uses, I said, I don't know, because I really don't know. However, back in January, this weighed 709.5 grams. Last month, it weighed 71.2. So I can tell you, once everything has been used up, that we would have used 638.3 grams. However, we got to get through that last little bit first. Last for body care is my Franken Copper Peptides and Hyaluronic Acid Serum. This is it right here. I showed you it last month and it was clear and said next time you saw it, it was going to be blue. And I was going to update you if I was wrong with the weights, and I was. So initially when I weighed this, it was 280 grams. Once I put the copper peptides in it, it actually upped it to 281 grams, which makes sense because it was a gram bottle of copper peptides. Saying that, we'll do this one a little bit backwards. This month it did weigh 174 grams, meaning I used 107 grams worth of product so far. So that kind of looks like you get about 2 months worth of this product if you use it on your full body like I'm doing. And because it's only been in the project 1 month, monthly and total uses are the same, and that is 24. On to facial skincare. The first product I have are my Medicube Zero Pore Pads 2.0. This is the one that the sticker started peeling off, so I got annoyed and ripped it off, and now I think I remember what it's called. That being said, I used it 8 times last month for a total of 33 uses so far this project. And when I brought this into the project, it was 260 grams. Last month it was 160.5 grams, and this month is 129.1 grams, meaning this month I used 31.4 grams, and in total I have used 130.9 grams. For the month of May, I've kind of shifted around my skincare schedule, so I now have 1 night of tretinoin, 2 nights of retinol, 2 nights of exfoliation, and 2 nights of peptides. So my uses might kind of fluctuate this next month just because I did kind of change my schedule. Onto a product that I brought in when it was full and brand new. This is the Skin 1004 Madagascar Centella Poromizing Fresh Ampule. And this bottle is huge. This is 100 milliliters big when your standard serum usually comes in either 30 or 50 milliliters. So quite happy with the size of this one. So far with this product, I have gotten 16 more uses out of it this past month for a total of 97 uses. And when I brought it into the project, I brought it in February, and it weighed 235.1 grams. Last month it weighed 184.2 grams, and this month it weighs 176.2 grams, which means this month I used 8 grams of product, and in total I have used 58.9 grams. My problem was when I started incorporating peptides, I didn't know if I wanted to incorporate all the peptides I had or some or whatever whatever, so it's like I was kind of playing around with things, so that's why the use on this one is definitely a lot lower this month. A product I feel has to be gone like any day now. This is the Pretty Skin 2% NMN plus PDRN Biotox Serum, and this one I used 16 times last month, bringing me to a total of 51 uses so far. I'm happy that we are weighing this one so we can kind of see the changes in the product as well. When I brought it in March, and it was 100.9 grams. Last month it was 72.5 grams, and this month it is 61.7 grams, meaning I have used 10.8 grams of product this month for a total of 39.2 grams of product so far this project. A product that I just brought in last month, this is the Numbuzin NAD Plus Bio-Lifting Sil Essence, and it's part of the number 9 range with those 50 plus peptides. This one, because I brought it in last month, it has the same monthly and total uses, which is 8. And like I said, I was kind of like playing around with the peptides I wanted to use, so that's why the number's a little bit lower. But with this one, it weighed 110 grams when I brought it in. It now weighs 106.6, meaning I used 3.4 gram of product. Another product that I brought in last month, this was a new tube. It wasn't a new tube, it was like a 98% full tube, but it's the Queritol Tretinoina 0.05%. This is the one that I definitely bought too high of a strength of, so I'm trying to slowly but like quickly make my way through, slowly but safely make my way through them, because I should have bought the 0.025%, so it's definitely a little bit strong for me. Again, monthly and total uses are going to be the same, and this is at 4, which makes sense because I now do tretinoin once a month. As for weights, when I brought it in, it was 23.1 gram. It is now 20.9 gram, meaning I have used 2.2 grams in this past month and in total. Next product was also brought in last month. This is the Beauty by Joseon Ground Rice and Honey Glow Mask. I have this in my shower. I like to put a mask on when I'm in the shower just to kind of protect myself from the warmer water. However, I didn't know this was a kaolin clay based mask, and my skin doesn't usually like kaolin clay, so I ended up buying a couple more other ones that are more like gel based, but I still have to make my way slowly through this one. Saying that though, for a kaolin clay mask, it does kind of burn my skin at first, but it kind of settles afterwards, and after that I would say it feels pretty nice on my skin. So just, you know, take away the initial burning, it's fine. But like I said, that's 100% me, not the product. This, because it was brought in last month, has the same monthly and total uses, and that is 11. And when I brought it in last month, it was 219.9 grams. It is now 190 grams, meaning in the past month I have used 29.9 gram of product. One of my favorite products that I always love to share with people, this is the Round Lab Birch Juice Moisturizing Wash Off Pack. I don't use this as a wash off pack, I use this as a leave on. So kind of like my last step in my skincare, I'll put it on and that's how I use it. And I just sleep with it. And I love this because I'm using tretinoin that's a little bit harsher for me than it should be. I find that this is one of the best things I've found that can help kind of like calm and soothe my skin from the higher strength of the tretinoin. So it's like, I cannot live without this until I buy a lower strength of tretinoin. Like I said, I brought this in last month, so monthly and total uses are the same, and that is 14. And when I brought it in, it was 54 grams on the dot. It is now 46 grams on the dot, meaning I used 9 grams of product this past month. Last product before we move on to Empties are my Pyeongchang Yule 1/3 cotton rounds. These were the ones that I was so happy that I officially emptied the box. However, that is because I decanted it and I made them into homemade toner pads. So this won't be counted as an empty until these toner pads are complete. Saying that, I did get 8 more uses out of them this last month for a total of 45 uses so far this project, and unfortunately weather is actually kind of nice now, so I find myself reaching for these less, which sucks because I'm so close to being finished. As for the box, I did weigh this as we went through. When I brought it in February, it was 28.4 grams. In March, it was 26.5 grams, and in April, when I officially emptied the last little bit in that container there, it was 18.5 grams. So how much I used this month, again, kind of like the Castile soap, I really don't know. However, once those are completely gone, it means I would have used 9.9 gram of product, but we'll get there soon. On to the products that I used up this month. I actually don't have that many. Usually I feel like I have a bit bit more than this, but that's okay. Some months are slower than others. The first one is a bottle of my Minimalist Vitamin C E Ferulic. It's a 16% face serum, and the only thing I don't like about this product is that it is 20 milliliters big instead of your kind of standard 30 milliliter product, which just means you're gonna go through it a little bit faster. However, I did get 17 more uses out of this for a total of 41 uses from this product, which means it's lasting about a month and a little bit. So like I said, I wish it was a little bit bigger, but at the same time, for a product that can oxidize, I can understand why it's a little bit smaller. When I brought it in March, it was 75.6 grams. Last month, it was 62.7 grams, and when it is empty, it is 54.5 grams, meaning I used 8.2 grams of product this past month for a total of 21.1 grams of product. My second empty I had, it was when I cut my Coppertone Sports open and I scraped out every last little bit that I could. I ended up decanting it into this little container here, and it was quite full. Those 4 containers pretty much filled this container here. And this container I did weigh and I did count my uses. So for the past month, I was able to get 42 more uses out of those Coppertones, which is crazy. That's how much more product was in those containers. I got 42 uses. That being said, when I weighed this initially, it was 100 grams. Empty, it is 42.4 grams, meaning it was 57.6 grams of product that I was using up. And the last product I used up is one that I brought in last month. It was the Malao 40% Urea Cream. I did start this about halfway full, and I do use this morning and night. And I try to use it on my feet and on my arms, but I'll be honest, it usually is on my feet because for whatever reason, I just forget to put it on my arms. I think it's just I haven't gotten to the routine of it yet, so until that happens, it was like 90% feet, 10% arms. I did get 47 more uses out of this product, and because it was, you know, brought in last month, that's monthly and total uses. And when I brought it in, it was 110 grams. Empty, it is 25.3 grams, which means I used 84.7 grams of product. On to add-ins. I have 4 of them to share with you today. The first of which is a new bottle of my Franken Copper Peptides and Hyaluronic Acid Serum, and that's just because when the one runs out, I want it to be ready with another bottle to take its place. Oddly enough, this one doesn't weigh the same as the other one. It weighs 0.1 gram more. So this is coming into the project at 281.1 grams. I am also bringing in another urea product to hopefully use on my feet and my arms, but we'll see. And this one is the IREV Urea 60% cream, but this one also has 2% salicylic acid in it. I think I'm just trying to see, can you really tell the difference between the 10% urea, which is in the Eucerin product that I really enjoy, versus the 40% of the one I just finished and the 60% of this one. So just trying to see what the difference really is. This one I'm bringing in at 175.3 grams, and I just have to show you, like, look how full this product is. Like, holy crap. I feel like all products should come that full. That's just, yeah. That's beautiful. And the last 2 products are the same, but it's kind of like the same idea as the hyaluronic acid serum. One is a partially full bottle, and then one is a full bottle. And that is the Derma B Everyday Sunblock. This is an SPF 50 PA++++. The half bottle, which is the one that's upside down, weighs 104.4 grams currently, and the one that is upright is the brand new bottle, and it weighs 232.6 grams. However, once I start using the full bottle, I'm probably going to start measuring it upside down as well, just because for whatever reason, this product is hard to get out of this container. But that is my update for you. Thank you for checking in with me. I feel like I've made great progress, and like I said, I don't have as many empties as usual, but you know what? I think that's fine. I think every month I don't need to be like flying through product, because you know, the faster I fly through products, the sooner I'm gonna have to repurchase them, and that's not really the purpose of this project. The project is to kind of enjoy your products and slowly use them up. So I'm happy we finally kind of slowed things down this month. However, that's it for today. Just to let you know, my next update for Skin is In will be on June 17th. However, in the meantime, I do have my color pan update coming tomorrow in short form and in video as well. So hopefully I'll see you there, but if not, I hope you join me next month for my Skin is In update. And until then, thank you again for being here and supporting me on my journey. And until the next one, I hope the day treats you well. Bye.